Hey YouTube, it's Faps or Not, back for another video. I had a couple questions posed to me by someone in my Discord server, and actually there are 3 questions, and they are what I think of guys who relapse. The second one is what are guys who relapse not seeing or understanding, and the third question is what do I think some guys just don't have. So we're going to dive right into this. The first question, what I think of guys relapsing. First of all, like I've always said in my other videos and in all my chats, if you're on Nofap, you have to decide, are you on Nofap or are you not on Nofap? I realize it's hard to get into it, but some guys put 0 effort into it and they want all the results, and that's insane. It takes a lot of effort. It takes self-discipline, determination, commitment. I don't know what else to tell you. For guys who are always relapsing, I can only imagine that you may not have enough knowledge about Nofap. Maybe you think it's a fad. Other guys are doing it, so you're going to try it. You just don't have enough self-discipline. Maybe you're an extreme introvert. You don't hang out with friends. You don't have anything you want to do for any kind of hobby or activity other than just sit in your room by yourself on your computer or on your phone. I really don't know what your scenarios are. I do hear many scenarios from people, and some of those I just mentioned. But seriously, if you're relapsing when you're on Nofap, you're wasting your time on Nofap. Because every time you relapse, you bring yourself right back to the beginning again. And I've seen this before. Guys, they go a couple weeks and they relapse. They go, oh, it's only, their excuse is it's only a relapse. Screw it. I'll just do it one. I'll get it out of my system. It's like, you're not going to get it out of your system. You're going to be horny until the day you die. That's how our hormones work. You're supposed to have drives, but your drives aren't supposed to be to jerk off to watching what's on your screen. Your drive is supposed to be to better yourself, to form relationships. Find a girlfriend, or find a boyfriend if you're gay, whatever. I'm open-minded, but your drive should never be to, okay, I gotta get everybody out of my life so I can go be by myself so I can just jerk off. Okay, you're wasting your time. And then you're in that endless cycle, especially when you hit the 2-week mark and your prolactin has dropped, and then you relapse. You ejaculate and you shoot your prolactin way up again, and it'll stay up for 2 weeks. And then you're going to be constantly complaining, and I hear it in my server all the time, oh, I feel like crap, I feel terrible, I have no energy, I don't want to do anything, I'm depressed. Well, it's self-inflicted. You caused it, and I'm not trying to really, bust on any of you. I'm just saying that you've got to realize it's going to take effort, and it's really worth it. You just got to get into it. And a lot of guys, I've noticed, like, that they'll leave my server for a short time and come back and say, oh, I'm better now. I relapsed for a while and it's out of my system now. I got this. I'm on day 1, day 2, and I've got this. And yeah, let's go, guys. And it's like, yeah, it's easy to get jazzed up when you're not really that horny, but then by the end of the week, they're screaming like a pig. They're like, oh, no, you don't understand. It's so hard. It's like, don't tell me I don't understand. We're all guys. We've all been there. So I think guys that are constantly relapsing, that they're missing the big picture. They're not engaging other people. They're very willing to, like, come onto my server and say, oh, I relapsed. Or they'll say, oh, screw it, I relapsed. And my first question is to them, well, I didn't see you come on to the server to ask for help to prevent the relapse. Why are you not preventing the relapse? What is so important about squirting to you? Girls say that all the time. It is kind of true. Why is it so important to squirt? Ask yourselves. Why do you have to squirt? You're all by yourself. What's the point? What is it solving for you? It's just putting you in the dumps again. I don't understand it myself. And I used to be a huge fapper myself, believe it or not. I really was. And by the way, today is day 620, so I don't want to hear any excuses, because yes, it can be done. And you know the old saying about excuses being like assholes. Everybody's got one. Well, it's true. There are no excuses. In like another analogy I say is if you're going to straddle the fence, be careful because it's going to get a little bit sore on your backside when you sit on it for too long. The other question is, what are guys not seeing or understanding? I think I kind of answered that already. You're just not seeing the big picture. You're not understanding that Nofap is not a fad. It's not the thing to do because other people are doing. Therefore, you have to do it to be cool. It's like, no, you're cool whether you do Nofap. If you're the only person on the planet, you're still cool doing it. You need to understand that your penis is not a sex toy. I say this a lot. It's not a sex toy. It's a sex organ. What are you doing to improve yourself, to be a better mate, to be a better partner? What are you doing to make yourself stand out to that girl you may actually like? Why does she have to like you? What is special about you? And are you doing anything about it? And trust me, if you're just beating your meat, that's not a turn on. You're not going to get a girl that way. They just don't like that. So you've really got to understand that there are real life benefits to Nofap. It really is life-changing. I know it's turned me around completely, 180 degrees. I'm completely different now than I was, say, what was it? I'm at 20 months now, 100 or 620 days. I'm completely different now. So you really have to want to make this change, and you want to better yourself and better your life. And it boils over into everything. You'll get better grades in school. If you're into any kind of sports, you're going to be more aggressive at your sport. You're going to be more focused. Your mind is going to be like aggressive. You're going to be like saying, this is what I have to do. I'm going to do it. And you're going to get it done. It just works that way because when you are not relapsing, your brain is flooded with serotonin. And when you do relapse, the serotonin, you still got it there, but it's going to be receding a lot. Your brain isn't like totally firing on all cylinders. So, again, you got to basically, do something or get off the pot. Seriously, though. I say that kind of in a humorous, sarcastic way, but it is true. Get on to Nofap, join my Discord server if you're seeing this. My name is Fapstronaut on there. It says I'm right at the top in green. And DM me anytime. And as soon as I'm back online again, I'll answer your questions. I'll help you out. And I'll be there to guide you because it is important. The last question is, what do guys not have? And a lot of it stems from not having self-discipline. You don't have any commitment. You don't have any goals. You're floundering. Maybe you need a role model. A lot of people say, I need an accountability partner. Well, that works sometimes. Most of the time people say that, and then they just go ahead and relapse anyway. They don't even consult their accountability partner. It's like, well, what's your point? What did you solve by doing this? I don't know what else to say. Maybe some of you have not hit rock bottom. Maybe you don't believe you have an addiction to porn and masturbation. You kind of have to believe that. Alcoholics, they have to really believe that they've hit rock bottom, that they can't go any further, and they've got a problem. And I used to be the same way. I wasn't on Nofap then. I didn't have a period where I relapsed. I quit cold turkey. But I used to think, masturbation is not addictive. There's no negative downside to masturbation. And porn is just something on a screen. It's no big deal. And that's not true. So you have to actually honestly believe that you've got a problem and that you need help. And let me tell you what. It is far more impressive for someone to admit they've got a problem and they need help than for someone to just flounder around, to knock Nofap, to put others down, to say it's impossible. I hear this all the time. They say, it's impossible. This is impossible. I can't do it. And the reason it's impossible is because you believe it's impossible. You're making yourself believe this. And if anyone has ever seen The Empire Strikes Back from 1980, and Luke was having trouble lifting the X-Wing fighter out of the swamp, and he said, I can't, it's too big. And he told Yoda that he didn't believe that it could happen after Yoda had taken it out of the swamp. And he says, I don't believe it. And Yoda said to him, that is why you fail. And this is true. This is true with Nofap. If you're going to say, I can't do it, you're going to say it's impossible. Oh, I got triggers, I got excuses. Well, you're going to start believing the triggers are an excuse. There is no excuse. You're the one taking your hand and reaching down. You're the one turning on your screen and looking and actively looking stuff up. There is no excuse. And it is possible. But it's up to you to decide if it's possible. And this is what has driven me. I knew I had a problem. I admitted I had a problem. I always will have an addiction. You're never cured. Nofap is not a cure. It's just a treatment, you could say, that abates the symptoms. But I have to be humble and diligent at all times, because I'm just as infallible as any of you. Or actually, I should say I'm not infallible. That sounds better there. So I hope this video helped. If you have any other questions, send a comments and send me an email. Join my Discord server. Ask questions and ask questions. We have a section there for beginners to show you where to go to different resources online, so that you know what's going on. We have tons of people willing to help. We got lots of people there willing to help, so do that. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.